What you study, prove that. Versus what they ask you in exams, prove that. This must have happened with you in your exams. This is one of the most frustrating moments when you study a topic but you don't see it in your question paper. Instead, a different question appears in the question paper which you have not studied at all. Also, you lose marks in the exam because you're not able to solve the complete question paper. So the question is, what is the solution for this problem? And what can we do to tackle this most frustrating problem, and how can we score full marks in the exam? But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon so you can get the notification as soon as we upload a new video. Let's begin. Number 1. Try to recall the chapter. When you don't know the answer of a question you haven't studied, then don't panic. Instead, try to recall what the teacher taught you in the class. So, just stay calm, take a deep breath, and visualize what the teacher taught you when he or she was teaching the concept. Or try recalling the day when you studied the concept or when you revised it. You will be able to recall some of the important points of that chapter. Though it is difficult to recall the concept, you can still get some marks for that question. Number 2. Go for an alternative. So as we shared in our latest shorts, you must go through the question paper carefully and analyze which questions to solve and how much time to allocate. So, if you follow this tip and analyze the question paper carefully, then you will find the questions that you haven't studied, and so you can go for an alternative for that question. Since in many of the exams, students have options like solve any 4 or solve any 5 and so on. So, go for an alternative if you are not confident about any of the questions asked in the question paper. And if you don't have any such alternative, then follow the first tip technique that we have shared with you. If you are loving these tips, then don't forget to press the like button, and also don't forget to share this video with your friends so that they can also benefit from these techniques. So moving on to the next technique. Number 3. Try to derive the formulas or equations. If you see a question where you need some formulas to solve it or some equations to prove something, then try to derive the formulas or equations from the basics of the concept you have studied. Now this will take more time as compared to other questions. So it is recommended to solve these types of questions only after you complete solving your full paper. Or in the second case, you are confident enough that you will solve, while that you will solve your paper even after the time you will spend on that question where you need to do some extra work. For example, if you are asked a question where you need F is equal to g mm r squared, that is Newton's universal law of gravitation, as an equation or formula, then you can derive this equation with the basics you learned in physics. A useful tip: try doing all your calculations and rough work at the end of your answer paper. And avoid doing rough calculations on the question paper, as it can land you in trouble. Number 4. Write the answer in your own words. It is not necessary to write the answer as it is written in the textbook or notebooks. In many of the subjects like history, geography and languages, you can form your own answer and write it in the answer sheet. Since you already know the concepts and the basics of the topic, you can rearrange the words and form your own answer. Also, the good news: the moderators who will be checking your answer sheet love to see something different. And so, you can do this by writing answers in your own words. Just make sure you form the sentences correctly and avoid grammatical mistakes. Number 5. Try to recall the tricks. There must be many concepts which you recall using some tricks and techniques. For example, if you want to recall the colors in a rainbow, then you have an acronym, that is WIPCURE. Also, you may have made some rhymes to recall chemical reactions or anything that even your teacher may have taught you. So, try to recall it and you will surely get the answer for it. Just make sure you have some spare time to do this, since this process will demand some extra time, and also keep your mind calm, since it will be difficult to recall if you are panicked. So these were the tricks to help you to tackle with the problem faced by every student, that is, what to do when what you have studied doesn't come in exams and rather a different question appears. So, if you like our content, then do subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can receive a notification as soon as we upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.